Marvel Spider-Man gives you all the powers you want from the start. Now, we've played several games where you have to work up and you have to build all the skills and all this to give it from the start. It is always nice to see more of Insomniac's PS4 exclusive Spider-Man game, but you could almost feel the internet deflating when the Paris Games Week trailer took a focus on story. We've known that this would be an open world action game since E3, so why have we still not seen any open world gameplay more than a year after being announced? I think it's just in terms for our rollout, we want to focus on different things, explains creative director Brian Inter. Yeah, there we go. When I put the question to him, trust me, we'll be talking about open world. There's no weird conspiracy or anything like that. The thing is, I've met more than a few people who simply didn't know this was an open world game at all. So if he can't show us, can he at least tell us how it will work? He said, not really, he laughs. I will tell you that if you think a character like Spider-Man who lends himself really well to swinging through the city would be doing the character a disservice if we weren't encouraging gameplay like that. Swinging around the city is very important and very key part to the experience. Interior breaks down the game's combat in 4 categories: melee, web slinging, environmental actions, and gadgets. Apparently, combat's a matter of juggling all 4, switching between them on the fly. When discussing the changes to webs, he says switching right, which could indicate that you use the D-pad to select combat styles. Then you add acrobatics, mid-air combos. He explains when it comes to combat, it's about mixing and matching those 4 types to how you want to play the game and what the situation calls for. Best of all, an experienced Spider-Man means you don't have to spend time as he gets grips on his powers. It's not like you load up the game and he doesn't have any powers. The first time you're swinging, the first time you're fighting, you need to feel like Spider-Man. We want to experience a Metroid Prime moment where we use all of our powers then lose them all either. It's not about doing something cool, stripping your powers and starting again. You play Spider-Man and you play Spider-Man to be Spider-Man, and we want you to feel like that right away. I love that. Many times we get games where they're like, here's all the powers, and then 3 minutes later, like, your person gets conked in the head and they don't know who they are.
And maybe, I don't know, kicked off a ship and your ghost goes flying off the ship as well. Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if this game, if I can go the entire game without web slinging, just running on the ground.
No.
Well, actually, yeah, it's probably
How cool would that? I would.
How dumb would that be? You're Spider-Man and you're not web slinging.
I would literally watch someone. They were like recording episodes of them not.
But how are they going to get up further things?
Just climb up the wall.
I would watch that. I'm just saying.
God.
I would watch it.
Well, then you can play as Mary Jane since she's a playable character. After the latest trailer Insomniac Spider-Man game, many, including us, thought they'd spotted a moment that indicated longtime Spidey cast member Mary Jane Watson would be a playable character, and Insomniac has now addressed that idea. Yeah! Said Insomniac creative director Brian, speaking to IGN, I can confirm, yes, you actually play at various stages of the game Mary Jane. It is a very different experience than playing as Spider-Man, and it stays true to her character in terms of her background, that she's a reporter for the Daily Bugle. It captures that feeling. Also, the other things for us is that even though we are creating a superhero world in the fantasy, we thought it would be interesting to show what it is like to be a character who doesn't have superpowers, what it's like to be a person in a superhero world and actually control that character. They go on to say, I really like her role in the game and to put her in a role that maybe we haven't seen as much. It's less of a damsel in distress. She has much more capable contributor and a risk taker in this game, which I love. I love that they're not making MJ like just a damsel in distress type deal.
Go away with damsels in distress.
Yes, I agree. Make Robbie the damsel in distress.
Yeah, no.
I have been a damsel in distress at one point in my life.
Yeah, bears.
No, it was in a skit one time.
Were you a female or
I wore a dress and everything?
See, you're just perpetuating the stereotype that females are helpless.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying
You're part
that.
of the problem.
I wasn't
Robbie.
saying that.
You're part of the problem. You know what else is part of the problem? Metal Gear Survive is always online. Confirms Konami. Just kill it. Just kill this game, please. The news emerged following last week. Metal Gear Survive release date is confirmed, although it wasn't widely circulated. Rather, Konami included a small mention of its game's official website as spotted by a member of NeoGAF, which is no longer unless they put it back up because NeoGAF got shut down. Of course, you'll also need a subscription to PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold to play the game in the first place. Presumably, this is something many of you already have, but the news that Survive requires a constant internet connection is unlikely to please anyone. Metal Gear Survive is due for release on PS4, PC, and Xbox One in early 2018. The game is first entry in the venerable, yeah, whatever, self-based franchise to see the release following the departure of series creator Hideo Kojima. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. It's going to be garbage. I'm sorry. I know Adam Gumbert's like, why are you just crapping on this game? But like, because they hurt Kojima. They hurt you. They hurt him. Okay? Don't waste your money on this. There's far better games out there. Use your money on that. All right? Use your money on that.
Now,
don't be other side on here.
No. I'm just curious. Is it the game itself, or is it the people behind the game is the reason?
It's kind of both of them. Like, Metal Gear is not a open shooter. It's a stealth based game with shooting.
I played Phantom Pain.
Okay.
And I did not like it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm going off of it's probably not going to be a good game based on the last iteration of the game, which was Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. Excellent game. You just don't know how to play it. Like, Metal Gear is not like any other stealth-based game. It's not like any other game. And I'm not saying you're a bad player or anything. It's just a different game in and of itself.
And I just didn't like it. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying the game is bad. I'm not saying this game is going to be bad. It's just not my wheelhouse of game.
I am. I'm saying it's going to be awful. You know it's not going to be awful. Play as Horizon Zero Dawn's Aloy in the Monster Hunter World on PlayStation. Monster Hunter World is coming in January, and the Paris Games Week 2017 exclusive has been announced for PlayStation version of the game. PS players can play as Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Soon enough, you can test out the game for yourself. The Monster Hunter World Beta is coming to PS4 on December 9th.
Now, I've never played Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
What is the premise? Obviously, you're hunting monsters.
Yeah, you're hunting monsters.
Like, is it like that... that Saturday morning cartoon that used to come on.
Godzilla,
no, where it was like the little yellow eye, and then it had the
Thundercats.
It was a monster show. Oh,
Monster Ranchers.
Monster Rancher.
No, it's not that. It's like Tyrannosaurus Rex, like on steroids.
Ark. Kind of like Ark.
Yeah, but it's like different. Like it's much different. It's a franchise that's been going on for a very, very long time. Come
on, switch it over. Don't make me look dumb. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Yeah. That was my show.
You remember? Man. Did you ever play the game?
I did.
You know, where you could put the CDs in and you can get whatever. You're just shoving CDs into your PlayStation to get more of them. No, this is it's a totally different game. I've only played a very little of it. They're always very, very intricate and very in depth. They're big in Japan.
Yeah.
So PlayStation getting early access to the beta and everything is going to be huge. Having Aloy, which she hunts dinosaurs that are robotic and everything, that's going to be really cool. So it's nice to see that Monster Hunter is really having a relationship with PlayStation, which they have had for a very long time because they lived on Vita for a very long time. That's where a lot of them came out because Vita is huge over in Japan and everything. So I'm glad to see it coming on there. So, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn has got some more news. The Frozen Wilds DLC isn't in-game content. Guerrilla Game knows that people didn't finish Horizon. I'm one of them.
I didn't finish it either, so I'm two of them.
After watching a hands-off demo of Frozen Wilds expansion, the onus seems very much on adding more for those who might have been distracted while progressing through the game, offering new rewards, quality of life improvements, and most importantly, the ability to make snow angels in photo mode. The Frozen Wilds is an estimated 15-hour chunk of extra material set in a bowling ball of new territory in the far north of the main game map. Its story runs concurrently with the main game, centering around the mystery of the so-called Damien, a hidden force which is frenzying machines, setting up tentacular control towers that can repair and buff enemies, and making gorgeous blue smoke billow from the Death Mountain like a volcano at the center of the new area. It is also offers a more focused look on the nomadic Banuk tribe, who we bumped into briefly during the core game. This comes out December, right? Is it December or November?
I want to say it's December.
It doesn't say in there. Which I'm excited about this. This is going to be a good game.
Yeah, I
good expansion. And this expansion is longer than
the game.
Some people's games.
Yeah. This is a game that I want to finish, playing through, because, it was a great game. I enjoyed it. And we were both wrong because it was November.
November 7th. Okay.
This looks really cool. Going into the what?
That's like 2 days.
Oh, so it might actually be out when you watch this.
Yeah.
Since we're like an hour into the podcast and not even out of games.
Yeah. Whew. But I'm excited. I think this is a great game. I think this franchise is great.
It's got wonderful gameplay. The scenery is amazing. The characters are great. The tribes are awesome. If you're looking for... I think it's an RPG. Derek Daniel calls it RPG light. I think it's an amazing game. It's one of the potential game of the year for me. So,
Yeah.
This story right here is shocking. It's shocking to me. I did an interview with Housemarque a few months ago, and when I read this, my mouth was agape. I was like, what is going on? Housemarque leaving arcade shooters behind. Finnish developers Housemarque, Super Stardust, Resogun, Matterfall, Alien Nation, Dead Nation have announced that they are moving away from the genre that they've become well known for, arcade shooters, and moving into new genres of genre areas. The reasoning is explained in a blog by
Larry Kutinen.
CEO is pure and simple economics. Lackluster sales of Nex Machina have led to us to thinking that it is time to bring our long-standing commitment to arcade genre to an end. While this genre will always hold a special place in our hearts, the industry is moving more towards multiplayer experiences with strong, robust communities, and it's time for Housemarque to move forward with the industry. Kutinen says the studio is currently working on multiple projects that are totally different than what you might expect from us, but nothing concrete was announced. To learn more about Nex Machina's development and collaboration with arcade designer Eugene Jarvis, watch their interview from Game Informer, and you can watch our interview.
What I'm taking from this, it's crazy. It's always very scary and shocking when a company just kind of steps away from what they're known for. But I also see this as something that's going to be good, because this gives them a way to branch out and show that they can do other things. Like with me, I loved when I saw, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, these comedic actors take on more serious roles. And I kind of look at it like that. Like, if they're going to take it, they're not going to be the arcade shooter type anymore. They're going to move it to something probably more serious, more story driven, or something like that. I just like seeing people get out of their shell and kind of see, what they can do.
Yeah, and you look at this and you realize that they're being very, very blunt about this, that it is because of sales of their games. And then you look at EA when they shuttered Visceral. They said a lot but said nothing at all at the same time. And when someone's honest about things, and especially like for the people that have bought their games and played their games, you see them it hurts, but it's also like, you're being honest with me. You're not selling me crap right now. You're not, trying to fluff me on this. You're being honest, and that goes a very long way. And I think they will keep the people that are buying their games, and hopefully they will get more people to buy their games, because Housemarque, they love games, and gameplay is king. That is their motto. Gameplay is king, and I'm interested to see where they go from now, because this year they put out 2 games. They put out Nex Machina, and they put out Matterfall.
Yeah.
So 2 games in 1 year that are sort of the same style, but very different. And Next Machina is an awesome game, so y'all definitely need to play that. Telltale's final season of The Walking Dead has been announced. Writer Gary Whitta returns. Now, if you don't, do you know who Gary Whitta is?
Didn't he write the first season of this?
He wrote episode 4 of the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was part of the team that worked on that. But he also co-wrote a little movie called Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh, really?
It's called Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
I was gonna say, Allie, we have a lot of things on this table that's throwable.
Also is now a co-star or co-host of the Kind of Funny Games Daily.
I saw that.
Yep.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Because I follow a lot of what the Kind of Funny group on Facebook posts. I always see what they post, and they had him on, which is really cool.
Yeah, I love, like, he's got a very interesting side of it. But I'm going to jump into this. If you played the last season of Telltale's Walking Dead: A New Frontier, you know more was on the way for Clementine's story. Today, Telltale officially announced its final season of Robert Kirkman's zombie-infested world. To conclude the tale, Telltale is bringing back writer Gary Whitta as a story consultant, who is best known for his work on Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Book of Eli. Whitta also wrote the 4th episode of Telltale's first season of The Walking Dead. Collaborating with Telltale on the first season of Clementine's journey through the world of The Walking Dead was one of the highlights of my career, so reuniting with them to now bring her story to a close with the final season feels like a homecoming, what is said in a press release. Clementine has become not just one of the most compelling characters in the Walking Dead pantheon, but one of the great video game characters of all time. I hope we're able to do justice to her and to millions of the fans. This one feels special. The Walking Dead the final season, working title, hits in 2018 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. I'm sure that it will come to Switch as well.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a real, like, he goes a little bit more in depth on this, like talks a little bit more, I would go listen to this past week's episode of Kind of Funny Daily Show, Kind of Funny Games Daily, where he talks about this. It has like Walking Dead in the title. It's very, very good. But they also have announced that the Walking Dead Telltale Series collection for PS4 and Xbox One launches on December 5th. The collection includes all 19 episodes on a single disc and is also releasing digitally. It includes most of the recent seasons, as well as a visually enhanced version of the season 1 and 2, 400 Days, and Michonne miniseries. The set costs $49.99, and you can get a peek at the visual upgrades online. So that's very awesome. I'm excited for it. Clementine, like season 1, made me cry.
It was very emotional. I didn't finish season 1.
Do you finish anything?
Sometimes.
Anyway,
I have it.
I don't care. You need to finish it.
I own season 1 and 2. I mean, there's that.
EA and DICE tune loot boxes in Battlefront 2. During the beta for the Battlefront 2, players noticed that the loot box aspects of the game implied some grinding for paying for what the game called crates. After heavy criticism coming out of the beta, DICE have announced major changes to the way the crate system worked. Before and during the beta, Battlefront 2 would only dole out weapons and abilities above base tier through crates. This on its own could be annoying, but it encouraged players to pay for crates in order to just get the best weapons and abilities from beginning, or getting frustrated and pay for crates in hopes of losing less. Now, DICE have promised to make the following changes. Epic Star Cards, the highest tier of Star Cards available at launch, have been removed from crates. You'll need to You need to reach a certain rank to craft upgrade star cards. Weapons are locked behind specific milestones. Class-specific gear and items can be unlocked by playing as them. In short, DICE want to de-emphasize a player's ability to pay to win. Now it's more about putting in the time to unlock weapons through playing as a class. Getting heavy weapons requires playing as a heavy and reaching play milestones like kills and wins. Crates are still incorporated in the game, but now do not do everything, which makes a major difference from how it used to work. Now, I was listening to some people talk about this week. There's still a way that you can use these crates to be advantageous, where you can break down cards and build better stuff from them. So you could still pay to win.
Yeah, but
it's a lot harder system to do it, but you still can pay to win. So that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to get on the loot box because I get on it every week. I had to reel myself in last week. No one was here to reel myself in. But just saying.
I trust me.
That's all I'm going to say.
It's everywhere.
EA says it will bring EA Access style subscription programs to other platforms. EA has revealed that it has plans to expand its subscription services like Xbox One's EA Access and PC Origins Access to other platforms, although it doesn't specify exactly what they'd be. Our subscription service like EA Access and Origin Access are bringing more players from across our network to join. Our subscription players base continues to grow, and you should expect us to continue driving this model to more platforms as we're going forward. The one thing that's often lost when we have this conversation is that unlike linear media, the subscription fee paid is not the total value of what a player might expand as they enjoy the games they play inside our subscription. And we also believe long term, while it may take us some years to facilitate that at the kind of scale that we expect to evolve to, in the same way the digital music and digital movies have evolved, the upside for this interactive entertainment industry is uncapped by virtue of the value of live services that are born inside of a subscription. I know that you used EA Access a little bit, and
I still have it.
You still have it? Okay. So what's interesting about this is that with this service, it's kind of like the Netflix-ish of things.
I mean, it gives you tons of games that you can play, and also if you're buying a game that's EA, you do get a little bit knocked off the price, so you're not paying full price for any EA game. There's the Mass Effect games and different stuff like that. I mean, it's nice. I haven't used it to the fullest of my ability because I have so many other games that I'm wanting to play, and they're newer compared to the older ones. But it's perfect for the people who are like, you know what? I think I want to try out FIFA this year. Let me get on EA Access. Let me play a game of FIFA like I did, and realize
it's not.
I don't want FIFA. I can't play FIFA. I suck at FIFA. And it was also like, oh, let me play EA's NBA game. And I was like, you know what?
Why would you even do that to yourself?
This is not for me either. But go ahead.
It's a good way to try out games.
Yeah.
And it's the only company that's really going for this. Like, we have PlayStation Now, which is more of the older games, virtual console style stuff. That's a subscription based, and then we have this as actually a third party publisher doing it. So you don't see Ubisoft or Activision or anybody doing this. So it's very interesting to see where this will go. It's been going on for a while now. You don't really hear a ton about it, but they're building infrastructure for the future. So it's just I think they're future-proofing themselves. But what doesn't make any sense to me, EA is not ready to commit to making more Nintendo Switch games. Following the release of FIFA 18 on Switch, Electronic Arts is not in any rush to bring additional software to the Nintendo's platform. EA Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen told the Wall Street Journal the publisher plans to wait until the console has been on the market a full year before deciding whether to make more games for it. According to Jorgensen, it is too early to judge the success of FIFA 18 on the Nintendo Switch. As such, EA wants to fully understand what the demands is for the platform before committing more development resources to making new games for the platform. Now, I understand why they're doing this. Like, they've had problems in the past. Like, Nintendo has had problems selling consoles from the Wii U side of things. Wii, on the other hand, sold gangbusters because everybody wanted one. But so far, the Switch has sold, I want to say, 6 or 7 million units. And then the Super Mario has already sold over 2 million units. There's an install base of 4.7 million, I want to say, of Zelda, like Breath of the Wild, are out there. So these games are selling well. These games are doing well. But I understand, like, from a business side, like, I don't know, but at the same time, when there are games on these consoles, people are buying them if they're quality. I think that EA needs to, instead of just porting stuff over, they need to have their own division of people that are just making Switch games.
The Switch has sold 7.63 million units worldwide.
I'm good.
Like, I agree 100% with that. No businessman is going to jump in bed with you on the first date. So, I mean, I understand them wanting to take this approach, but when you've had Nintendo come out, you haven't seen numbers like this from a Nintendo since the Wii days. Wii U, I mean, yeah, Nintendo screwed up big time there. They dropped a ball. But I mean, as you could see, the track record for the Switch is phenomenal. It is doing amazing. This would be one of the few times where if I was a businessman, I would jump in bed with you right now.
Yeah. Those are the analogies that you use. LA Noire is the next Switch game that won't fit in the Switch's internal memory. The eShop version of LA Noire for the Nintendo Switch is too big to fit on their internal storage. Developer Rockstar revealed the news via a post on the support page of LA Noire. The article goes into further detail about the storage requirements, which differ depending on what version of the game you choose to pick up. If you decide to pick the physical cartridge version up, expect a 14 gig download before you can play, which contains required gameplay data as well as general bug fixes and improvements. However, those who opt to buy a digital copy of LA Noire for their Nintendo Switch will have to purchase a micro SD card, which is sold separately of the console. This is because LA Noire's file size is 29 gigabytes, just 3 gigabytes short of the Nintendo Switch's 32 gigabyte internal storage capacity. As a standard, the console already uses 6.2 gigabytes of storage for the system itself, making it impossible to download on a Nintendo Switch without the upgraded internal storage. As well, the Nintendo Switch LA Noire will be coming to PS4, Xbox One, and virtual reality devices. So there you go.
It's really not, like, at first I read it and I was like, what, that's crazy, but then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, whenever I got the game, because I had on the 360, it took up 4 discs, so.
Yeah, it was 4 disc, and a lot of that was when Rockstar and other companies were trying to keep people from like copying disc and all of that. But it is a huge game, and those games were like the Xbox 360s weren't Blu-rays back then. They were running like HD something. I can't remember what they were doing.
The crappy version.
Yeah.
720, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were. There was a specific disc they were using. It wasn't Blu-ray. I'm excited for LA Noire. It's going to be an awesome game with updated graphics and everything. I'm still trying to make the choice of, do I get it on the Switch or do I get it back on the PS4?
Yeah, especially now, like, considering that. It's like, if I get this game, I have to go do some other stuff.
Yeah. Well. So I've avoided any game that's made me buy an SD card so far. Rocket League on the Switch finally gets a release date, and this is one that is huge.
Oh, yeah.
The much-loved Rocket League will be making its way to Switch next month, and it features 3 Nintendo-themed cars. On November 14th, Switch owners can start scoring this month. Not next month. Can start scoring goals in this rocket-powered battle car sports game that keeps getting new content. Whether you're flying through the air or slam a giant basketball into a net or trying to get a shot on the goal in soccer, Rocket League is a game that you'll want to bring with you everywhere you go. And it will be $19.99 on the Nintendo eShop. So November 14th, not very far away.
No.
Got another week before that comes out. So.
This is great. I love that they're getting special car, the paints and everything.
Yeah, we're getting the Mario, the Luigi, and the Samus car from Metroid Prime.
So, good for them. Rocket League it sells. Like, everybody loves Rocket League. You know
what's another Rocket League? Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon trailer introduces Team Rainbow Rocket. Villains and legendaries from across the history of the franchise come together in the upcoming sequel, and a new trailer posted by the official Pokemon Company. Villains from every Pokemon generation come together under the banner of Team Rainbow Rocket. The bigger and badder reincarnation of the Kanto region's main antagonist, boasting the support of every evil team leader across 20 years of games, and led by Giovanni himself, the new organization is bent on carrying out their evil plans for the Alola region, and only the player has a chance of stopping them. In addition, the trailer shows a slew of other features coming to the game. This includes legendaries from every generation, which can be caught beyond the Ultra Wormhole, some of even boasting mega transformations. Totem stickers can be collected to obtain totem versions of Pokemon as well, and Refined Battle Agency will offer a twist on regular and competitive battles. To see everything in action before the game's November 17th release, check out that trailer.
Nintendo, whatever you need, take it.
I'm not getting it.
I'm getting
I sold
it.
my 3DS.
I'm getting it. I mean, just
Give me my game on my Switch, man. That's all I want. I don't want any more of this. Like, if they would put this in the Switch version, that would have been awesome.
Oh, I would love it for the Switch. Like, I'll go out and buy a Switch just for this.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still have a 2DS somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm definitely this going from, you know, Giovanni all the way up, all the legendaries, the mega evolutions. I mean,
You got everything. Got everything.
I'm down.
Got everything you want.
I'm down.
You know what else I'm down for, if this is true? Rocksteady's Superman game rumored announcement in the Game Informer. The developer behind the Batman Arkham video game franchise are reportedly working on a Superman title, according to a new rumor circulating on 4chan. The website claims the Game Informer is going to announce the new project as part of its December issue, and that will feature the Man of Steel. Game Informer cover will be revealed next week. It will be Rocksteady's Superman game. The scale and the ambition of the game is massive. You all will be blown away by the details. Can't wait to see your reaction, lads. Rocksteady has yet to officially confirm its next project, though it has teased fans will lose their minds when it finally claps eyes on it. This isn't the first time we've heard murmurs of the Superman game from Rocksteady. However, Batman Arkham Knight contained an Easter egg that may hint to the identity of the studio's next project. Rocksteady has been working on the Arkham franchise since 2009.
I mean, it's not going to be Superman 64, but
anything's better than that. I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be freaking awesome.
I mean,
like Arkham, like all the Batman games were great.
Oh yeah,
and people crap on Origins, but it still was good, even though it was made by WB Montreal. I still think it was a good one. I'm excited for it.
Put Superman in that world.
Yeah,
I mean, with everything that Superman can do.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to balance the gameplay. That's the thing that I'm curious about. Like, how are they going to balance this gameplay? Because, like, with Batman, like, yeah, he's powerful, but it's balanced because he's a human.
He can. If he gets punched, he gets punched by a human. It's not going to be like. And you know,
he's like a bruise tomorrow. Like, it's
like what happened to you, Robbie? Punched myself. But like,
on the weekends.
Like, you know, how are they going to do that? Is it going to be like you only fight supervillains? Like, I mean,
yeah, like it's got to have something to it that is like that balances the system and everything. What? Kryptonite?
Everybody has no like Lex Luthor like does something to the sun, makes it the same sun as what they had on Krypton.
So a red sun?
The red sun. And like he slowly has to build up his powers again. I don't know. It'd
be interesting to see what they do, because I know that's probably when they started making this game. That was their first concern. How do we balance it? So I'm curious to see what that's going to be. Now, to wrap up all this gaming news, all this goodness that we've been going on, man, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
This is going to be the longest episode we've had in a long time.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground
PUBG
is releasing on Xbox One on December 12th. Confirmed during a Microsoft special event stream, the much-anticipated PlayerUnknown's Battleground will be releasing on Xbox One on December 12th, making good on the promised 2017 release date by a scant few weeks. The game, which is being published by Microsoft on Xbox One but has been available as an early access title on PC since April, is Microsoft's big move to get attention for the Xbox One and Xbox One X this holiday. It's not a big surprise, as Battlegrounds has slowly, quietly become one of the biggest games in the world over the last 6 months. So how this is going to pretty much work is it's going to be released digitally, and then a retail version has been announced, hopefully in time of the game's December 12th release. Xbox One enhancements like HDR and 4K will also be followed sometime after launch. I don't think we get a physical copy this year. I think we get like the early access, the Xbox One early access, whatever it's preview program, pretty much, and then we get a physical copy along with the PC's like full version next year. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I could see that because they'll definitely release the digital version, but it's going to take them a little bit of time to pump out the discs and everything like that.